Emily with V Vonderland. Today's topic is a topic that I've actually struggled with personally for a really long time, but after lots of research and chemistry and science, I'm bringing to you my skincare routine for oily skin. So the first thing you always want to do, of course, is go in with a nice cleanser. I would recommend a gentle cleanser, not something that's too tough on your skin, especially if you're going to be using lots of the acids that I will be talking about today. So I usually go in with a Nassif MD cleanser. That one is super nice, or the Alba Organics Acne Gentle Exfoliant Cleanser. But the real magic, where everything really works and happens, is going to be in the acids and in the toners, the moisturizers, and everything after the cleansers. The first two toners that I like to use is this Ohui Prime Advancing Skin Softener right here. This one doesn't really have any acids or anything that's like super great at targeting acne prone skin, but it does a really great job of softening your skin, so everything else that you put on your skin goes in and absorbs much better. The first thing that I use that actually has the BHAs, the AHAs, and all the keywords, the token words that you always hear when it comes to skincare is going to be this Glow Recipe Watermelon PHA and BHA Pore Tightening Toner. I love this one. At first I was a little bit skeptical because first of all the marketing was just so nice and it smelled good, and I was like, I don't know if it actually works, but yes, this really does work, and let me tell you why. This thing has BHA, and it's one of the two acids that I just mentioned, the hydroxy acids, and BHA hydroxy acid stands for beta hydroxy acid. I use the word hydroxy acid so many times, it's going to sound weird by the end of this tutorial, but it's important because what it does is it's actually oil soluble, and what that means is that all the oil and gunk in your pores, this BHA substance is able to deeply clean into your pores and get that gunk out and kind of basically break it down so that when you wash your face and whatnot, it comes out, and that's great. There's also AHA, which is the alpha hydroxy acid, but that one's more for outer layer surface issues, like for example sun damage or wrinkles and whatnot. So this BHA really gets in there, especially for oily skin. You're gonna need that. This is another product that I like to use. I don't use this product every day because of the potency of it, but this is also from the Nassif MD dermaceuticals, there we go, not pharmaceuticals, probably about skin here. But I love this because it says with alpha and beta hydroxy, so it has both the outer layer elements that you really need to take care of your skin in terms of wrinkles, mild pigmentation, etc., as well as the deep pore cleansing that you need, especially with oily skin. So these pads, they're like solution pads in here. I would use it maybe 2 to 3 times a week. This is also really good for removing really heavy makeup, so I would use this as the very first step if you have heavy makeup on, just to get it all off. So 2-in-1, it's great. And then since this is daytime right now, something that I will always go in with is a vitamin C serum. And vitamin C is actually good for so many different things. It's brightening, it's actually hydrating, it prevents trans water loss in your skin, so that's something that I didn't know. And also, of course, it's great for protecting your skin against the sun, so that's why this is a really good serum to use night and day, especially daytime. And then also, this specific one is from Eva Naturals. I got this from Amazon. It wasn't too expensive. I think it was only like $20. So I know serums, usually they're like $60 to $100, and that can be kind of like, sheesh, like you don't want to spend that much on just one step of your routine. But this one I would recommend because it has 20% vitamin C, 2% salicylic acid, which is a type of BHA. It's got hyaluronic acid, which is also great for opening up your pores so that other things, like for example your other skincare, can get in it and helps clean out your pores. There's also niacinamide in here, which is great for regulating the amount of oils that are produced by your skin. So especially for oily skin, this is a great product. It also has 2% retinol, which I will talk about more, which is a vitamin A that is great for your skin, blah, 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 science, and it also has 10% MSM. Something that you need to know about vitamin C serums is the color. It needs to be this sort of color. If it's brown, that means the vitamin C is no good anymore and you've already bought kind of an old serum. So make sure that you check that the color is white or something like that color instead of a dull murky brown color. So I mentioned retinol earlier, and I'm sure you've heard of retinol here and there in lots of different skin blogs or whatnot, but what is retinol actually? It's a vitamin A type of a retinoid, and what it does is it basically goes into the deeper parts of your skin, or like the middle layer of your skin, or the epidermis, and this is the reason why it's able to do that is because it's such a small molecule, because it is a vitamin. Vitamins tend to be pretty small molecules, but basically once it gets deep into your skin, it gets rid of free radicals. I'm sure some of you have also heard the word free radical, but you have no idea what it means. That's okay, I didn't either until, I started my science major courses and whatnot. But a free radical is basically like an organic compound, like ethene. And the reason why it's so harmful is because it steals electrons from proteins and DNA and basically damages like all the good protein, DNA, all the good stuff in your skin basically. And so it kind of speeds up the aging process of your body, and that really sucks. It's also called oxidative damaging, if I'm correct, because it's oxidizing because it takes away the electrons, blah 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 blah, science. But basically, so what happens is that these retinol products go into your skin and they neutralize these free radicals. So it basically neutralizes all the bad particles or free radicals that are in your skin. So that's why it's important. Another thing that it does, while it does neutralize all the free radicals in your skin, is that retinols also produce or boost the production of elastin and collagen in your skin. So everyone knows collagen is good for your skin to keep that kind of squishiness in your skin. You want to look youthful and rejuvenated, so retinol is great for that. Something to remember though when it comes to retinol, and just in general all of these acids, is that everyone has different skin types. And so even though we do have oily skin, we're a little bit less prone to drying out. If you use too much retinol, there is a chance that you might end up having sun damage in your skin, because retinol is such a drying agent. So you need to watch out for that. Make sure you apply moisturizer and ample sunscreen and SPF protection. As always, it's so important, especially when you're trying on new products, to test it out here on your wrist first before your skin. I know some people who have really sensitive skin, and there are some things they didn't know they were allergic to or that their skin didn't react well to. And when they put it all over their face, they have a huge rash all over their skin. You don't want to ruin your face. You only have one face for the rest of your life, so you need to protect it. That's why here it's good to just test out your products. Leave on a little patch here for 24 hours and monitor it. If it is either itchy, it starts peeling, if there's something like that, then you know that you should not use that product on your precious face. Some bonus things that I wanted to talk about in my routine, maybe once or twice a week, what I'll do is when I have really, really tough pores where like everything really builds up and it's like stuck kind of hard. I know that sounds really gross, but that happens with blackheads, so let's be real here. I do have these strips here. This is just a deep cleansing pore strip from Up and Up. It's the Target generic brand, I believe, and there's the charcoal one. I actually wouldn't recommend the charcoal one as much, even though everyone's like, oh, the hype is all around charcoal. I actually recommend these much more just because for some reason they tend to get things out more, and I feel like the charcoal just doesn't stick as well. So stick with these, but don't do it every day, because you don't want to strip your skin of that outer layer all the time, because if you're exfoliating and you're using AHA, BHA, retinol, you don't want to do that to your skin. Be nice to your skin, be gentle to your skin. And lastly, the thing that I will always go in with is this Tatcha water cream sort of moisturizer. And at first I was like, oh, what's the difference between Laneige and this one? I thought, this would just be overpriced, I'm not gonna lie. But when I actually tried it, I was like, oh, I see why it's expensive, because this works really well. Like the Laneige one is like, I guess you could say it's like a very light gel, and I think it still works well, it does its job, but especially since you've been using all of those pore stripping, pore removing, blah, 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 all that product, you definitely want to go in with a very revitalizing moisturizer, and this is such a nice moisturizer. It almost reminds me of like La Mer products, I think, so it's got that nice like milky consistency, but it's not heavy at all, and because it's water-based and AHA, that acid is water-based, it plays well with all the other things that you've stuck on your face. You definitely want to go for water-based products and not too many oil-based products, because you already have so much oil from, surprise, your oily skin. So this water-based moisturizer is perfect for just morning and night after everything else that you've done on your routine. And yeah, that's pretty much it for my skincare when it comes to oily skin. Something that I would like to say is, like, I know my skin is not perfect. I definitely have acne, but the reason why that I have acne right now is honestly because of stress and hormones. But I would say for the most part, I remember before my acne used to be really, really, really bad. Like there was like swarms of acne here and here. But once I started using these products and realized that I really needed to target the sheer amount of oil that was being produced by my skin, I saw so many great results. Like my skin became quite clear here and here. So even say like you do use all the products that I mentioned and you do have some acne here and there, you know, the cause may not be oil, but I think when it comes to oil caused acne, this is the best routine to have. That's it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you want to see next. See ya!